Okay, I bet parents know this. The pandemic threw everything for a loop, including our tweens and teens' reading habits. Anthony Gaetjen from Book People joins us now with his list of what he calls entry point books for young adult readers. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning to you, Rosie.
Why don't you tell me, first of all, what you mean by that, entry point books?
Yes, so all of these books are going to be pretty action-packed, quick-paced, or in the case of our graphic novels here, they're going to hold your attention span because they're either a lot of pictures or prose mixed with pictures. So they're a great point to get back into reading.
Yeah, because we want kids to be plugged in, and our attention spans aren't what they once were, even adults.
Right.
So we want
Absolutely.
something that's really a page turner. And actually, you're really passionate about this because this is how you got into reading.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you talk to any reader today, they would tell you that when they started reading, it was when they were a kid. Some book caught their attention, really, really hooked them, and they just absolutely loved it, and they would have that same passion talking about that book today.
Once every couple of years, I reread the Harry Potter series just to feel that thrill again.
No, 100%. 100%.
Okay, let's talk about A Game of Noctis. That's your first recommendation by Diva Fagan. I hope I'm saying it right, Diva.
Yes. So this book is a nominee for the Bluebonnet Award for this coming year.
What's the Bluebonnet Award?
That is an award that is given out to a bunch of books in Texas. It's specifically Texas Reading List.
Oh, okay.
And so we'll know in March if it's won that award. This book is set on the fantastic island city of Dantessa, which is based on Venice in Italy. And in this world, there are a bunch of games. And in order to survive, you have to play these games. And the ultimate game of all is the Game of Noctis. And that is where you challenge Lady Death herself in order to save someone's life or grant a wish, that sort of thing.
You know, they don't. They say not to pick a book by its cover or judge a book by its cover, but it's a really cool cover.
It's beautiful. It's so pretty.
And it's got maybe Lady Death back here on the back.
Yes, you got it. You got it.
A Game of Noctis. Okay, interesting stuff. Let's talk about The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich. What a title.
It's a great title. And it's filled with cheese puns.
Oh, cheesy puns.
Cheesy pun, very well, very well done. The main character is Countess Camembert, who there are some gender-based inheritance laws in this world, and Camembert does not want to marry a man, but she does want to inherit. So she goes to the capital city and disguises herself as a man, but immediately falls in love with Princess Brie, so much for keeping a low profile.
Brie,
Yes,
Camembert,
yes.
I hear it, okay.
Lots of antics ensue, 18th century architecture, fashion, all that sort of deal. But mixed with modern kind of colloquialisms, so it's a lot of fun jokes and humor in that way too.
A fantastical read, and this, as you mentioned, is a graphic novel, so
Yes.
lots of fun pictures to keep those tweens and teens engaged. This
Right.
next one, same thing, The Mythmakers, but this is based kind of on real life.
Absolutely. So this is about C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. This is about their friendship, or it's really about their childhoods, moving into their service in World War I, and then meeting one another at Oxford.
So cool, because that really happened,
Yes.
y'all. I just found that out.
And that's them, their friendship, and their discussion about their faith and mythology and things like that. Lots of fun pictures mixed with bits of prose, that sort of deal.
That is really cool. And then, of course, I mean, they went on to write some of the most famous books in modern pop culture. So I think that it's a really cool idea. So is it super duper historical, or is it kind of loosely based?
It's historical, but you've got fun moments where you've got a lion and a wizened wizard talking to one another. So you've got these analogs for these real people mixed in to keep it interesting.
I love it. Okay. All right. Tell us about the Medici heist.
Yes.
This sounds fun.
This is a lot of fun. This is your Ocean's 11 in a YA, in the YA world.
Okay.
This is a heist that occurs back to Italy in Florence. The premise here is basically the Medicis are kind of using the Pope as a puppet figure, and this group of teens decides they're going to rob the Pope. And they decide to do so because they want to get money at first, but eventually it turns into this thing of we're going to save the city. And there's going to be, a cameo for Michelangelo, all some fun stuff in that realm.
Well, and the Medicis, of course, were a real, very wealthy, very influential family. So is there a little tie-in to history happening there, too?
Absolutely. I would qualify it as historical fiction.
Historical fiction. That's my mom's favorite favorite genre. Okay, this last one, Sunderworld Volume 1, has such a fun, again, cover. It looks like it's been loved and worn and around for a while.
Absolutely. If you're into that 90s movies nostalgia, that sort of deal, this is a great book for you. This is about a kid who finds his mother's old VHS tapes for some show called Max's Adventures in Sunderworld. It is a world that turns out to be partially real. He starts seeing things from Sunderworld in his real day-to-day life. And this author also wrote Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Whoa.
If you're familiar, yes.
Yes, of course, and that turned into a movie.
Yes,
And I was
yeah.
going to say, I'm getting slightly like Ready Player One vibes.
Yes, okay, yeah.
And of course, Ernest Cline lives here in
Local, of
Austin. He's
course.
joined the studio before. I have to say, he was such a nice man.
He's fantastic.
Yes, and so this brings me to a really good point, is that you guys actually have a ton of events that you do for kids, for the teens and tweens,
Yes.
where it's possible that you get to meet the author of these really fantastic books.
Absolutely. So we hosted Ransom Riggs last year. We hosted Ernest Cline. I believe that was also last year. We have so many events going on at Book People. You can meet your favorite authors, celebrate your favorite book series, all of that sort of deal. And the best way to keep up with that is to sign up for our newsletters. That's bookpeople.com/newsletters. Newsletters plural is the best way to sign up for those newsletters. We send out newsletters all the time, and you'll be able to see all of our upcoming events. There's genuinely so much going on at our store.
It's almost hard to keep in your brain. You have to just scroll.
Yeah, absolutely.
And real quickly, if families haven't brought their kids over for story time or something like that before, what would you say to them about coming to Book People for the first time?
Well, specifically, you mentioned story time. We do story time 3 times a week. That's going to be for younger kids than this. So if you've got littles at home, we do that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 10:30 a.m. every week. That's a program I feel very passionate about. I run that program. We have lots of fun themes, fun guests. We bring in local Austin partner organizations for that, so we love supporting local organizations.
Tiny Tales.
Yes, oh my
Ezra.
gosh,
So
yeah.
much fun.
A petting
Absolutely.
zoo in our store.
Okay, Anthony, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rosie.
We appreciate it. Book People has a ton of events, as you heard Anthony say, author signings, genres to shop, and a whole lot more. Stop by in person on North Lamar Boulevard or go to bookpeople.com to find a new read today.